Welcome to Boss Talk.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off. My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. The franchise doing big business, I live this, it's automatic, I win this. So you hear those horns, you finished. A soldier, and I stay under you fighting. Plus I'm storming on you chumps like I'm thunder and lightning. Ain't no way you breaking me, kid, I'm harder than nails. Plus I keep it on lock like I'm part of it.
Welcome to Boss Talk. I'm your host, DJ Sharp. We have another exciting episode for you guys here this week. First, we're going to look back at Week 7's highlights and takeaways. And then we're going to transfer and look at our standings. With this being Week 8, we're halfway there to the playoffs. So matchups are going to cost that much more. And finally this week, we're going to check in on some of our owners, see what their insights are on how they've done so far this week and on their matchups for Week 8. But first, let's check back at Week 7. Week 7, very exciting, with the major takeaways being our number one team, Joshua Trees, still being 7-0 through 7 weeks. And also, how about that game of the week, guys? Ladies Love Mike Dicker overhit Honchos by less than a point. Crazy. But now, let's look at our standings. Very close. This is what Boss League looks like this year. With us having 4 teams, all 2-5, 3 teams, 3-4, and also another 3 teams, 4-3. It's anybody's guess with who those final 6 teams that make it to the playoffs are going to be. But let's check in on some of our owners now. We'll start off with our number one team, Joshua Trees. What's up, Joshua Trees? How do you feel your team has done so far this year?
We've done great, man. 7-0, only undefeated team left. We didn't plan on it, but the bullseye's on our back, so we've got to keep it going.
Yes, 7-0, very impressive. Especially for your first year here in Boss League, you're definitely making an impact. Now, how do you feel about your matchup this week?
My matchup, it could be interesting. We've got some of the same players on the same teams, but overall, I think we move on to 8-0. Juan Steelers has been talking a lot and losing a lot too, so I'm not sure if you know what he's doing.
Being the number one team, Joshua Trees, confidence is a must. But next, let's check it in on number 2 team, the highest scoring team in the league right now, Dice Giants. What's up, Dice Giants? How you feel about your team so far this year?
I'm glad my team doing good. We're 6-1, second place, trying to climb to the top. Just as long as we stay healthy, we're gonna do this.
Very true statement, Dice Giants. Injuries, the Achilles heel of fantasy football. Now, how do you feel about your matchup this week versus Narcos?
It's gonna be a good match. You know what I'm saying? Narco's been losing lately, and I know he ready. He hungry for a win. So I don't take nothing lightly. So I'm ready.
That's probably why you're 6-1. Never underestimate anyone. Each week, each team has a chance to win. But next, let's check in on Narcos. Hey, Narcos, how you feel about your team so far this year?
Man, we ain't start off too good, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like 3-7, something like that now, but we all know what happened the first year I played. I mean, I was like 0-4. Well, I mean, that's the past, though. We're going to leave it there. But, we're going to do good, man.
Yes, Narcos, it's always good to be confident in your squad. And with the standings being so close, you still have a shot just like anybody else. Now, how do you feel about your matchup this week versus Dice Giants?
Well, I mean, everybody calls them Dice Giants. When I look at them, this is what I see, man. I don't know if some of y'all know who that is, man. That's the Little Giants. That's how they look to me. But yeah, man, I got a feeling we're going to win this one.
Little Giants. That's a good one. Now we have Cowboy 704. Hey, Cowboy 704, how do you feel so far your team has done this year?
I'm gonna say my team doing all right. I got some good players. Little production issues we had a couple of games, little coaching issues. But I'm finna turn it around. Look like a couple of players in trouble this week, and a couple of following weeks too. So I'm be all right.
No shame there, Cowboy 704. I think all the owners here and there had a couple of coaching mistakes. How do you feel about your matchup this week?
Feel like my matchup, feel real confident. You know, I got some heavy hitters ready to play. Cardinals done cut their offensive coordinator, so I got a new offensive coordinator. Johnson get the ball, so we'll see how this go.
Yeah, Cowboy 704, a new coordinator for the Cardinals could very well unleash David Johnson, and that's only going to be great things for your squad. But now let's change it up to DJ Eagles. Coming off a hard loss to Redskins 82. Hey, DJ Eagles, how do you feel so far that your team done this year? Really? Next question. Okay then. Next question. How do you feel about this week's matchup versus Mike Marauders? Matchup this week, Mike Marauders. I got time for this. Did this dude just walk off? Look, Tom. Look, we gotta profile these owners, man. They can't just be walking off the set when we're doing interviews. Oh, we still? Oh, they. All right, guys. Boss talk. We're happy to. Whatever. Week 8, very exciting. Hope you guys tune in this week. Don't forget to vote on the poll on NFL.com. Last side note, December 9th, 1 p.m. Buffalo Wild Wings, the same place the draft was held. We're going to have a lunch and game watching for the last week of the season, week 14. So if you're available, we look forward to seeing you guys out there. But until then, we'll see you next week with a special edition of Boss Talk, the Halloween edition. It's going to be exciting.
Just wanted to say, going into week 8, at the halfway mark, it's been an interesting season. Started off lows with me, and now we're on some highs, getting some traction, getting some things going. Congratulations to Joshua's Trees and Dice's Giants. Dice's Giants finally good. Joshua's Trees is one ankle turn from Patrick Mahomes away from being relevant. So we will catch up with those guys in the playoffs. I'll see both of you then. Congratulations to everybody else, too. It's going to be an interesting season.